Hey, you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the South. More specifically, we are in New Orleans, Louisiana. We are headed west to Texas to enjoy Texas spooky season this weekend. Got some haunts and events lined up for this weekend. But as we pass through the area, I figure we would stop here in New Orleans and check out Mardi Gras World. Of course, Mardi Gras, the amazing celebration that they do here in New Orleans. I got a chance to visit Mardi Gras. It's been years now. It was it's been before the pandemic. But I need to go back to Mardi Gras. Standing here in front of Mardi Gras World reminds me I need to go to Mardi Gras again at some point because I had such a great time visiting Mardi Gras. But here at Mardi Gras World, also known as Kern Studios, this is where the Mardi Gras floats, the spectacular floats, are built. And in addition, Kern Studios also creates other figures for other businesses such as theme parks. I go to IAPA, the theme park trade show, every year, and they always have Kern Studios always has their booth set up with some wonderful sculptures. But we can go in here at Mardi Gras World and see how the sausage is made, or in this case, Mardi Gras floats. So please follow me. Over here, see a Mardi Gras king and queen decked out in their Mardi Gras colors. And as we head in here, you can just see immediately hit with all these amazing sculptures and statues. Oh, the mean flesh-eating camel right there. And look at that. That is a giant axolotl. You know, they made that because kids love axolotls, a little known fact. You can see the beads there. So this must have been on an actual float already. I guess these are probably this is kind of like a boneyard, I imagine. Old Mardi Gras floats that aren't currently in use, but you could see the beads hanging from its gills. This is looks like the rose for Beauty and the Beast. And this is a horse of a different color. See the Chick-fil-A cow. It's always trying to convince people not to eat his flesh. We've got this blue woman here chained to a rock. Not entirely sure who she is. Maybe some sort of mermaid. And that's Captain Morgan, the rum mascot. I think that's JFK, John F. Kennedy, and Mickey and Minnie, and oh no, Pepe Le Pew, not looking so great. He's actually drinking a bottle of wine. Looks very distraught. I think he's still upset that he was canceled. Some crazy looking characters here. Cat in the Hat. Who's peeking out back there? Not sure who that is. We got a centurion there. I just love the strange creatures, like this dragon-like beast here. This looks like a Dr. Seuss adjacent character. Some sort of abstract art come to life. And, oh yeah, look at Buzz Lightyear here. You can see like these heads here. This would be on the front of a Mardi Gras float as it comes cruising down the street. I was holding the 1001 Arabian Nights. Stories such as Aladdin. Over here is a statue of Blaine Kern, who founded all of this, also known as Mr. Mardi Gras. A lot of these classic Mardi Gras style characters. And you can see some of their smaller pieces that'll be used at like theme parks during Halloween events and whatnot. Ooh, there's Darth Maul. So all this stuff here is just out in the entranceway to head into the tour and gift shop to see the rest. All right, let's go get our tickets. All right, so the beads are our ticket, and our tour is going to be starting here in just a couple minutes. A little Christmas in the corner here. You got Santa and a terrifying Grinch. All right, we head down here to start our tour. All right, we start out by watching a movie. All right, we get a complimentary slice of king cake. Oh, look at that. I hope I get the baby. That's really good. It's like a cinnamon roll with a little extra jazz to it. And the guide was saying that they don't just do Mardi Gras, they do other parades as well. They actually have an official contract with Disney, so they make floats for Disney, Universal, as well as other major parades like the Rose Bowl around the country. All right, heading into the workshop. Check out this area here. Oh, is that the Queen of England? So the guy just took us on an amazing tour, explained a lot of what's going on here, but then you actually have time to, after you go on the tour, where you kind of have time to go at your own pace and go back and look, take photos with some of the different props and floats. Guide was explaining they make different types of figures out of different materials. This one is a fiberglass parrot. We have Puss in Boots here, made of styrofoam, and apparently some of them are paper mache as well. And you can see they actually do cover the styrofoam with paper mache. See the workers there covering this grenade here with strips of brown paper. It is an absolute wonderland of characters in here. That's Jack and the Beanstalk and the Rescuers. Remember, this is a Disney movie from when I was a child. The traditional Mardi Gras jester. And they said that this in here is what they call Pixie. It is a styrofoam carving device similar to a 3D printer, but it actually will carve a pre-programmed shape out of styrofoam. So like every styrofoam sculpture has that paper mache cover, because it helps protect it and gives it a better looking surface. See some of the stuff actively being worked on back here. Look at that that big can of beer in a iceberg. Treasure chest there, bustling with doubloons, and a massive head of William Shakespeare, along with his friend, the little frog here. A big tribal mask, and then Mr. Superman. Again, love that new Superman movie. Really enjoyed that. Superman flying here through Mardi Gras. A fairy sitting on a mushroom. It's a giant boxing glove here, and then that is a harpy. A harpy. They also make these photo ops and cutouts, and I know I've seen these at a variety of different theme parks. This dog here says Raising Cane's. I guess that is the chicken tender restaurant on his bandana. I don't know if he's like the mascot of Raising Cane's. This area is restricted, so we can't just walk back there, but this is their receiving area. I guess they get floats returned here to do work on. It says that they do recycle a lot of floats. They get the Mardi Gras floats back, and they can either fix them up good as new, or they can alter them into something else. Said they do a lot of work for sports events, including the Super Bowl. This giant football. Yeah, I guess it's the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl as well. So a lot of very important sporting events that they are involved with. It's the NCAA National Championship. Got lots of towering football players. And some product placement as well. Look at the Tostitos. Ooh, I love some of that salsa con queso. It's really, really delicious. And a giant Bud Light there as well. Oh, look at this giant bucket from Lowe's. I have one of these buckets at home. I use it to clean out my fish tank. You can see these giant football helmets back here getting a fresh new paint job. So yeah, these are all photo ops. And they said they do the photo ops for a lot of different things. The sporting events, casinos. It's like a Mardi Gras photo op. I guess these would be football photo ops where you can get your picture taken inside the helmet. Oh, I just remembered something. One interesting thing about Mardi Gras World is they said that you are welcome to touch anything here in Mardi Gras World. They just ask you to be gentle. Don't. So that's very solid there. Yes, this is the styrofoam. Oh, you can see. Maybe I was not being careful enough. You can see this is that's very feels delicate, probably stronger than it looks. But this is the styrofoam covered with the paper. And there is Dolly Parton. The giant head of Dolly Parton. You see a lot of massive celebrity heads here. That they're doing some work here on some of the photo ops. I recognize this mermaid here. They have the same mermaid statue at the Storyland theme park. And yeah, I guess maybe they. I'm sure that the studios here maybe did some work over there with the fiberglass characters. And there's some examples of full floats here. You can see the big Pegasus. If you look closely, you can see that there's actually a mechanism there that allows the wings to flap. So these are really spectacular. When you see them in action, they actually move and do things. Oh, there's Annie Oakley with her gun. It's a super float here. It's actually 3 floats all connected. These all roll down the street together. And one really interesting thing that our guide mentioned was that they actually do have porta potties inside of the floats. So people during these multi-hour parades can use the bathroom on the float. Big NOLA letters. You can see some of these classic. I love that. The moon with the giant shell in its eye, the mortar in its eye. You got the white rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. Oh, but what's this? It looks like carrot stew. But there's a face down there. Face with a pot of carrot stew on top. Yeah, very, very unique. I love this. The neon Wicked Witch of the West, Elphaba, whatever you want to call her. And then Sleeping Beauty over here won't even wake up for the parade. Yeah, you don't truly get a respect for how enormous these floats are till you get up and see them closely. Again, not only huge and tall, it's got the 2 stories there, almost like a cake, but this thing is so long. And an interesting thing is there are certain parts of New Orleans that do not have overhead power lines. They put the power lines underground specifically so they don't interfere with the floats. Oh, look at that hippopotamus. It's like wearing an Egyptian hat. And this is the Trombone Shorty float. It says that Trombone Shorty is a famous jazz musician here in New Orleans, one of the most popular living jazz musicians. And it says that this float can actually rock. This has hydraulics where it'll tip to the sides. It says that his arms actually move and play the trombone. So the real Trombone Shorty will be on here playing the trombone. This will be playing along with him. And then with the music, the float will actually rock to the sides. So that's that must be a sight to see. This looks like some sort of deranged Mr. Shmee. There's Neptune blowing his conch. Some towering dancers. And this is the sculpting station where they make hand-sculpted props out of, you see the styrofoam there being carved by hand. Pretty amazing. Oh, and look back there. There's like a giant werewolf head. It's like a snake wrapped around a big sweet potato, maybe. You've got some sort of dodo. This looks like a happy dancing bean. Look at this, the Fox Super Bowl stage there. Actually make some of the stages and props used at the Super Bowl. It's like some sort of battleship there in the process of being repaired. You can see where that paper has been taken off. I guess they strip it down and they can reuse the styrofoam. There's Elvis. Oh, someone's grilling up some delicious meat here on this grill. You can see the lights there to simulate the fire. Oh, what's that? I think that is a hidden Mickey of some sort, probably used in a Disney parade. And you can see the mechanism here would actually cause this to rotate during the parade. Lots and lots of football players. I guess parades and football kind of go hand in hand. Never really thought about it that way, but it makes sense. Big revolver and the walrus there. I'm guessing that's the walrus from Mr. Walrus from Alice in Wonderland. I think Alice in Wonderland also goes hand in hand, at least with float design. Is that the Mona Lisa back here? This big terrifying, how do you know, what, some sort of dragon-like creature? And that bright, shiny sun. I can feel that. You can go outside and feel that bright New Orleans sun. You can see the Titanic in the process of sinking on a float. And oh yeah, this is some sort of like windy weatherman. He's got the hole in his lips there. I guess he could probably blow out some fog. And who's this lady? See this one in the process of being repaired. All that is the that first layer of paper mache. I guess this probably still needs to be painted. And a giant beer. There's another blowing weatherman. Oh, look at that. Wicked face. Oh, is that like a evil demon gremlin mosquito of some sort? I love the more abstract designs. See the teapot on the end of the nose. It says femme fatale. It looks like maybe a compact. We have makeup and a mirror there where you can oh yeah, you can see the giant lips and hearts. This is the face of a very concerned person. Look. And it's Pan, the goat god. I'm not sure what Pan's doing there. Oh, moving on. It's the Pegasus. And the dragon. That kind of reminds me a little bit of Pete's dragon. But this one is purple instead. And I do believe that is Willie Nelson. They said this sea turtle there actually will flap its fins as it travels through the streets. Now, our guide said back in this area with some of the older floats that they have filmed certain television shows and movies. She did mention, I guess, American Idol and NCIS have filmed in this back area here. Louis Armstrong, a perpetual mascot for Mardi Gras and the city of New Orleans itself. Oh my gosh, this is like a rose, like a demon rose. You see its thorns and its wicked mouth, its forked tongue. There's the Aztec calendar. Remember when everyone was talking about how the Aztec calendar was running out and that the world was going to end? Yeah, I remember that too. Look at this volcano. Oh, you can see the mechanisms there that make smoke come up and out of that volcano. We've got the rock band Kiss. Oh, look at all that chest hair there on Gene Simmons. It's a happy leprechaun. Oh my gosh. Look at this chicken. Oh, he's chicken. It's chicken and waffles. The chicken doesn't seem very happy about it. He's lying his horns. Maybe it's some sort of manticore or some other mythical species. Who's this monster here that eats the sun? He's actually chomping on the sun. Yeah, there is a spectacular amount of madness going on back in this corner. Also got a Rock'em Sock'em robot. Oh, there's two of them. Wonder if they can fight. Oh, there's Garfield. It's a huge fan, by the way. Chilly little penguins and a polar bear. The flower man with a face. A rooster with two poison snakes as legs. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Oh, we can peek back here. We can't go back in this area. We can take a little peek back into the archives here. There's so many wonderful things they have hiding here. See the witch head. This must be old King Cole smoking his pipe. And a velociraptor. Oh, I love this. Some of the older, grungier props. There's a house with big lips. And so it's got some cash in its hand, too. Now, our guide was saying these King Kong figures, we've got Mrs. Kong and King Kong over there, were built in the 1950s. Now, these are just paper mache. There's nothing on the inside, but they're actually still used. Built in 1950, still used during every Mardi Gras season. It says they are the mascots of the crew of Bacchus, and they take them out every year. And apparently, it is considered very good luck to be able to loop some beads on the face of King Kong or Mrs. Kong. So that's crazy. These still go out every Mardi Gras for party in the streets. They also mentioned they're the biggest props ever created by Kern Studios. Yeah, you can see King Kong back there. I would love to see the sight of this thing coming down the streets of New Orleans. That sounds absolutely magnificent. I definitely got to come back during Mardi Gras season. And again, there's floats and parades in the days and weeks leading up to the big Mardi Gras Day parades. Let's see this voodoo man. Oh, look at that. There's Baphomet. That's the most brightly colored, lively Baphomet I've ever seen. There's old Clint Eastwood there in one of his old cowboy roles. Big Cabra. Boy, I like the big human heart back here. Yeah, you can just see there's some stuff you can't quite see, but there's just layers and layers of props. Oh, one of those Wizard of Oz trees. How would you like if someone came and picked something off of you? Roger Rabbit. I'm guessing from the haircut and the angry expression, I think this is a giant Karen head. The Karen there. They said that these are actually, I guess, simple animatronics. They said that these can be dressed up as anyone, and that the arms will actually can be programmed to move. This is like a tiger man's face, and this rocket actually moves and I guess shoots out some fog as well. The cattle with dreadlock beards. And the pelican there. The pelican's kind of a symbol of New Orleans and of Louisiana. He's feeding the babies. And now is indeed time to exit through the gift shop. Some souvenirs here in the gift shop. The koozies, the coaster, even some king cake rum cream. A lot of these seem to be alcohol related. You can actually make some king cake at home, or even some gumbo or jambalaya. They have some fun Mardi Gras clothing here. That's some real flashy stuff. You can get your masks for your next masquerade. Mardi Gras snow globe. You got the glitter in the air. It don't snow in New Orleans, but sometimes there is glitter in the air. Some king cake ears. But look what we have here. Got the Mardi Gras World pressed pennies. Quarter penny, and let the good times roll. Ooh, those are some nicely pressed pennies. I'm actually gonna head out the back door. And look what we have right outside that door. The Old Man River, the mighty Mississippi. And look at that ship there, sailing along the Mississippi, heading out to the Gulf of Mexico. Always get a little sentimental whenever I'm next to the Mississippi River. It just reminds me of my Great River road trip a few years ago. One of my favorite road trips of all time. Just love seeing those ships sailing down the mighty Mississippi. Yeah, great place, Mardi Gras World, to learn about Mardi Gras. To learn about Mardi Gras culture and how the floats are made, and it's pretty cool because this company started here in New Orleans, started for the sole purpose of working on Mardi Gras floats, and it is expanded. Like I said, they do other parades. They do the Super Bowl. Just kind of cool. A little homegrown company now works internationally. It's had a great time here at Mardi Gras World, but now it is time to get to Texas. Spent a little more time in Mardi Gras World than I thought I would, but that's okay. I had a great time. But yeah, we got to be in Texas. I got to be in Texas tonight, so we got to get rolling. We have crossed the Louisiana state line. We have landed here in Texas. You can see the sign there saying, "Do not climb." Basically telling you, do not mess with Texas. See the welcome to Texas sign there. Drive friendly, the Texas way. Because everyone knows Texas is known for their friendly driving. Still got a few hours to drive though. Texas, believe it or not, a very large state. Not as big as Alaska, but big nonetheless. Actually, remember when I was in Alaska, you see a lot of merchandise and things taking shots at Texas. Different things, talking about the relative size of Texas. Apparently Alaska takes it personal that Texas talks about how big it is. Well, it's not as big as Alaska. Texas is huge, so we still got a few hours till reach our destination. Trying to be in Arlington, Texas for tomorrow. Walking back to the car, I notice the other side of the Texas here. Texas looks strange when it's in reverse. We are driving friendly, the Texas way. It's time to grab some dinner here at the official fast food restaurant of Texas, Whataburger. Oh, I guess we'll order a number 2, because that is Hank Hill's favorite meal at Whataburger. It's time for some late night Texas Whataburger. I got the number 2, like Hank Hill suggested. And they asked the question. It's been a while since I've eaten at Whataburger. It's been probably years. But they said, they asked the question, mustard or mayonnaise? So you have to pick one of the two. I chose mayonnaise. That is that's a big burger there. Oh my gosh. That's definitely a good burger. There's a time where I loved In-N-Out. It was like my favorite fast food burger. Over time, I've grown not to love In-N-Out so much. But yeah, that just, that's good. It tastes like a burger that you would get at a diner. Kind of a thin meat. Just the way it's put together. That is one of the better fast food burgers you can get there. They also had some spicy ketchup here with jalapeno. So let's try some of this. I don't know if I had the spicy Whataburger ketchup. I wonder how spicy this is gonna be. Kind of like a jalapeno ketchup. It's actually pretty tasty. It's not that spicy, but you do taste the jalapeno. And then once upon a time, I got the Dr. Pepper milkshake at Whataburger. course, Dr. Pepper, the official beverage, the official soda of Texas. Whataburger, the official fast food. So this is a Dr. Pepper, I think it's Dr. Pepper Blackberry? Yeah, Dr. Pepper Blackberry. So they have come out with the Dr. Pepper Blackberry soda, which is actually pretty good. I've tried that. They have it in zero sugar. This is not zero sugar, but I'll give this a try. I really love the Dr. Pepper milkshake, so that's interesting. Almost tastes more blackberry than Dr. Pepper. Kind of has like a, it does have a little bit of a Dr. Pepper flavor, but it tastes like a lot of blackberry, which is good. I like blackberry. Yeah, this is a wonderful meal, wonderful fast food meal. Really like that burger. Forgot how good the burgers were here. And we have finally landed here in Arlington, Texas. Got checked in to my hotel room. Do have a little bit of hotel room theming there. Got the Fort Worth Stockyards. And then over here we have a boot sign. Look at that cowboy there. That's pretty cool. I always love a little theming in a hotel room. But tomorrow we're not going to the Stockyards. We're not going to the rodeo. We're going to do something terrifying because Texas Spooky Weekend begins tomorrow, Thursday. And I got invited to the media event for Six Flags Over Texas. Very excited to document that. The original Six Flags, it was the first Six Flags built, where the Six Flags names comes from. Here in Arlington, Texas. So yeah, it was a long drive tonight. It was 8 hours from New Orleans to Arlington here. I have been doing so much driving recently. I'm actually relieved. At least the next couple days I will get to spend here in Texas through the weekend. But then once Monday hits, we got to be back on the road because we got to get out to California for California Halloween weekend. And I'm excited about that. Excited about Texas. Got some great places to check out here in Texas. Very excited to be doing the... I have done Six Flags Fright Fest before. Not here in Texas, though. It's my first spooky season in Texas. So I'll be doing Fright Fest media preview. So I think it's a day early before it's opened to the general public. Honored to be invited out here. The both parks here in Texas, Six Flags Fiesta, Six Flags Over Texas, wonderful parks, and they have been kind enough to invite me out, which I greatly appreciate. Luckily, I can sleep in a little bit. That's the one advantage of the spooky season. I do get to sleep in a little more because the events are all at night. Of course, that means I have to go to bed super late, be up editing, but there's always a trade-off. I am hoping this year I have not spent a lot of time at home. I am hoping at some point I do get to go home. I'm getting a little homesick, but that's not going to happen, at least for a couple weeks, because got this weekend in Texas, next week in California, then I got to get back home somehow from California by driving across the country again this year. How many cross-country trips have I taken this year? If you include planes and trains and automobiles altogether, I have traveled more distance than I could even begin to comprehend. It's been quite a crazy year, and continue to have a lot of fun, a lot of adventures. I mentioned in my video yesterday, I accidentally visited all 50 states in a year's time without even realizing I was doing it. So, yes, let's get some sleep. Let's get a fresh start tomorrow with the scary Texas Halloween weekend. I am tired, guys, and I'm going to have to get some rest. Thank you so much for coming along with me today. Got a little taste of New Orleans. Didn't even spend that much time. I got to drop in and have a little taste of Mardi Gras world today. If you guys like these videos, please consider subscribing. I do appreciate every single one of you out there that watches these videos, and a special piece of my heart goes out to those of you who watch every day. It does mean quite a bit to me. Again, if you like that about the channel, there's always Patreon, $3 or more. We'll get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also, we have the souvenir shop on Etsy, motel key fobs, press pennies, enamel pins, stickers, other fun stuff. Also, personalized messages on Cameo if you're interested in that. All those things I just listed are down in the description of this video, and all those things help keep this cattle on track, this boat on the mighty Mississippi, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.